The video that I posted about mold rage actually resonated with a lot more of you than I expected it to. So, first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to everybody who took the time to comment and let me know that either you have been through it or are going through it, because it makes me feel less alone too, because that is probably one of the more guilt, shame ridden aspects of this whole situation. I mean, I already feel and still struggle with guilt and shame around living in mold for so long and not knowing and thinking about, how that potentially could have been affecting my children without me knowing it, and how that could potentially have affected them in the long run. But the behavioral aspect of it, and the part where you're having mold rage and you're having these symptoms that you don't even really know necessarily are symptoms, it's a very real thing. And I don't hear it talked about a lot, probably because it's a really uncomfortable topic to face. I just want people to know that, especially if it's hard, right? Like, especially if you look back and you think, I wasn't that way before. But for me, it's really hard because I didn't have kids before this all started. I moved into my house in 2014. I had a 1-year-old daughter at the time. So over the course of this mold growing and making me sicker and sicker, I had 2 additional children. So I've now got 3 small kids that I'm juggling and getting sicker and sicker. And it's just, the lines are very blurred on, am I just a bad mom and I don't understand or know how to cope with being a patient mom? But then I would be sometimes really patient, and I really love my kids and I want to be patient with them and I want to give them the world. I know that about myself, but then, these behaviors would pop up, and who do you talk to about this? Like, who do you talk to about this? And what are they even going to say to you? Most of the time they either normalize it or they just say, oh, I'll pray for you, but there's no solution to anything. So I'm glad that this video or that video resonated with so many of us, at least in the fact that we can feel less alone. I'm sad that so many people have gone through it and are continuing to go through it. But I think that's why there is so much power in talking about mold rage, all of the symptoms of mold, and continuing to discuss it, because there's still just so many people that don't understand it. There's still so many people that don't believe it. And so my mission, I guess, when I talk about it, is just to make people feel heard and seen and not crazy, and continue to spread awareness so that, I hope that one day people can go from having symptoms to getting answers and getting better a lot faster than it takes most of us currently.